Johan, how are you feeling today morning? You caught up on your sleep?
Yeah, man, feel pretty rested at this point. How about you?
Nothing like a spot of rafting in the icy waters of the Zanskar to wake you up, huh?
Yeah, that should sure wake you up. So we're going right now to the Sangam, where the Indus River meets up with the Zanskar River.
Right.
So this guy Chotak has a camp there on the river banks.
Oh, I don't feel, I wonder if he remembers, because I actually went for a rafting trip with Chotak many moons back in Rishikesh. And even back then, he was considered to be, one of the finest kayakers in the country.
Right, so I asked him about that when I went into his office. And apparently he doesn't do much of the competitive kayaking anymore. Now he runs this adventure company called Wet and Wild Adventures. And he takes people out, rafting, and he's probably one of the biggest companies in the country for it.
Oh, fantastic.
So he just recently actually ran a festival, a 2-day festival called the Ladakh River Festival, with kayakers coming in from all over the world basically to come and compete here on these rivers.
So are we going to start from the confluence? No, we'll end at the confluence.
Yeah, so we'll finish the rafting at the confluence at the camp itself.
And where are we starting from?
So we'll go to the camp and just get the raft and get kitted out, and then we'll go towards Chiling. We'll go up the Zanskar River basically and jump in there, and then we'll just finish at the same camp.
Wow. Okay. All right. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Oh, Magnetic Hill! You've obviously done this before, right?
Yeah, man, I have been here before with my bike, and I stopped here to check it out, but I didn't get it to work like that the bike is rolling up the hill.
But it does, man, it does. I mean, yeah. I think it's an optical illusion, and it did work last time I was here, but I don't know, the disco sport is over a ton, so I don't know.
You think it's too heavy for the magnetics to work?
I don't know, possibly. We should definitely try it out.
Yeah.
Huh? Cheap thrills.
Yeah.
Magnetic Hill is widely believed to be an optical illusion. Although the road appears to be going uphill, it is in fact downhill. The popular spiel is that the hill behind the spot is highly magnetized and pulls metal objects like cars towards it. I'm not really convinced. You see a lot of this on greens and golf courses. Slopes can deceive the human eye.
Okay, well, let's do this quickly.
Yeah.
Okay, we're in the box. Cars on neutral. Okay, baby.
Alright.
Whoa.
Oh, we're going the wrong way.
Wow.
Are we supposed to go this way?
No, we're actually...
What? What? I thought we were going to go this way.
No, we're not. We're doing it. It's climbing. It's picking up speed, dude. That's freaking crazy. Okay, fine.
A phenomenon that defies gravity.
Wow, that's crazy, yeah? Wow. That's nuts. That's nuts, huh? I think it's an optical illusion.
I thought that
Let's try it again, going the right way.
Yeah, instead of backing down the road.
Turn around. Let's try it again.
The phenomenon that defies gravity.
Okay, one more time. Stop right here. It does look uphill, I have to say.
Alright.
Cars in neutral. Let's see.
There's no idling going on here. There's no low gear. No.
Picking up speed. We are genuinely going up. Or at least it looks that way, huh?
Yeah.
So, the explanation is that there's metal in this hill and it's magnetic and it sort of pulls vehicles towards it.
But that's what they're saying. Do you think that's true?
I'm not sure, bro. I still think it's an optical illusion.
Yeah.
But we are going up. It looks like we're going up. That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Let's get back to the internal combustion engine. Magnetic is all very
Step on the gas.
Sering Chotak is widely acknowledged as one of the finest kayakers in the country. Chotak's competition days are behind him and he now runs Wet and Wild Explorations, an adventure tour company specializing in rafting expeditions. The Ladakh River Festival is underway when we reach. Organized by Chotak, this festival is known as the world's highest kayaking competition, which is pretty much the moniker that any event in Leh takes. The kayakers are tested on a Class 5 rapid named Bollywood Boulevard. At this spot, the river flows over huge boulders, creating 3-meter waves and terrifying hydraulics that only the world's finest kayakers can navigate. Kayaking is a lot of fun, but taking into account our rudimentary abilities in a kayak, we've opted for something a bit more sedate. We are going for a 28-kilometer ride down the Zanskar River, starting from Chilling and finishing up at Confluence Point, where Chotak runs a camp on the riverside.
Before we get in the raft, I'm going to give you some safety instruction. I'm going to tell you how you should do, in case if someone fall into the water, if the raft got toppled, how we're going to control it, alright?
This is my first time, but I'm feeling very comfortable. That's you're basically an explorer and adventurer at heart. Wion Travelers camera team is not an ordinary camera team. These are very hardcore people who will stop at nothing to get the right. Forward, soldier!
Right now, not long after the monsoon months, both rivers are muddy, carrying silt and sediment deposited by the rains into the rivers. Later in the year, both these rivers become crystal clear. Rafting is a lot of fun, but you always end up peering at the kayak accompanying the raft and wondering just how much fun that guy is having. And after seeing these pro kayakers, I'm really motivated to learn. Rivers are such magnificent forces of nature, you tend to forget just how grand, how imposing, how loud and how pretty they can be. Nature is in its element in Ladakh, majestic, larger than life and infinite.
I know.
So what plans now? What are you going to be doing? You know what we're going to be doing.
I know. I'm going to be actually sitting there with a lot of FOMO, thinking about what you guys are doing and missing it.
Right.
But yeah, I'm just going to go back.
I mean, what sort of a self-respecting influencer lets an opportunity like this pass, huh?
Hey, listen, you realize I moved my entire week on a whim?
Yeah, that's pretty
in
impressive.
In like a 1-minute call. So, yeah.
Pretty impressive spontaneity there.
Exactly, right? God, give you props for that, man. But no, I mean, it's been great, right? So I'm just happy to have been a part of this, man. This was just amazing.
We really enjoyed your company, really. It's the first time really that we've had anybody on this. It's just been Johan and me.
Oh, really?
And we're always at each other's throats.
So there's less bloodshed this time.
There's less carnage this time.
That's exactly the word I was thinking of.
But I'm glad you made it as well, because
I know.
We thought you wouldn't be able to make it at all.
I was like, suddenly that was going to be just me. And then I was like,
Alone on a raft, going down to Zanskar.
Oh, no, maybe actually I can get like a really, really articulate and interesting young woman to go on. And I was, I was already sort of getting over the fact.
Already dreaming.
You made calls already.
I did as a matter of fact. And then suddenly, what do you know? They've let him stay. Thank you.
Oh, wow.
Oh, all right.
Right on. Well, that's cashew. Cool.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It looks nice and fresh.
Yeah, you did. I think they use like locally grown herbs. They grow them themselves around here.
All right. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Thank you so much. It's been an amazing experience.
Thank you for coming over at short notice.
You know, they say that sometimes the best moments in life are the ones you don't plan, and this was as unplanned as they came. As sad as I am to head back home this morning, standing here watching this beautiful sunrise over the mountains surrounding Leh, I only have one thought. Who says that the end of something can't be beautiful? The memories I take back of this journey are indescribable. In all my years of travel, I haven't seen vistas more spectacular than those through the majestic Himalayas. Vistas no words or pictures could ever do justice to. There's an emotion attached to every treacherous mountain pass you navigate. Emotion I saw in Meraj, who's been here numerous times and yet is left wide-eyed in wonder even today. I'm happy to have experienced this emotion, and like everybody before me, and probably forever after me, I leave a piece of my heart in these here mountains.
Jigmet Wangchuk runs Mantra Himalaya, an experiential travel company that focuses on stitching together unique indigenous experiences for visitors to Ladakh. We're going with Jigmet for a monkhood experience to Hemis Monastery. Turns out Jigmet's association with the monastery is an old one. His grandfather spent 40 years at the retreat above the monastery, where the monks who reach a particular level in their practice go to meditate in isolation.
Hemis is one of the biggest and the largest, the wealthiest monastery of Ladakh.
From the outside, the life of a monk appears almost like a parallel existence, frugal and austere. We're going to attend morning prayers at the monastery, volunteer in the kitchen, and spend the day with the monk, Lama Jigmet. One of the oldest and most famous monasteries in the world, Hemis Gompa was established in 1630 and is the main seat of the Drukpa lineage of the Kagyu school of Tibetan Buddhism. The monastery is also a staple on the tourist circuit in Leh, although its location, an hour's drive out of Leh, means it's not as accessible as, say, Thiksey Monastery. The location, on the slope of a hill in a large valley, is absolutely spectacular. At the end of the day, something Jigmet said about Meraj and I being focused on the world out there stuck in my head. What he meant was that as travelers, the notion of being confined to a monastery, large as it may be, might strike us as being incredibly circumscribed. And yet for monks like Lama Jigmet, the monastery is their world. A world they inhabit physically to be able to turn inward and look within. I'm reminded of the ancient Greek maxim, know thyself and you are going to know the gods.
Buddha Shakyamuni statue, the historical Buddha, which was moved from the temple to here.
Oh, it was moved, huh?
Yeah, from the.
This is about copper, ना? तो ये तो काफी
copper.
बहुत भारी होगी. कैसे मूव की होगी ये? जीवन आप कब आए थे मोनेस्ट्री?
2007 में.
2007 में. क्या उम्र थी आपकी तब? 18. 8. और अब क्या है?
अब 18.
10 साल हो गए आपको. तो आप लोगों को फॉर्मल एजुकेशन भी मिलती है मोनेस्ट्री में या सिर्फ रिलीजियस एजुकेशन मिलती है?
फॉर्मल एजुकेशन.
फॉर्मल भी मिलती है. कैसी है लाइफ मोनेस्ट्री में? मैं हमेशा क्यूरियस रहा हूँ ना. आई हैव ऑलवेज बीन क्यूरियस. हाउ डज इट लाइक टू लिव इन अ मोनेस्ट्री? आप लोगों का दिन कैसा होता है? मतलब आप लोग सुबह तो प्रेयर्स हमने अटेंड की, फिर फिजिकल काम भी होता है, बिकॉज दैट्स आल्सो सपोज्ड टू बी लाइक यू नो अ वे टू अटेनिंग.
It's the balance between wisdom and method.
Wisdom and method, हाँ.
अच्छा है.
अच्छा है.
प्रेयर करने जो मतलब बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिलता है. मतलब बहुत आगे जाना है, ज्ञान बहुत प्राप्त करना है.
ज्ञान प्राप्त. तो आप भी उसमें जाएंगे क्या जो बताते रिट्रीट में ऊपर?
हाँ, मेडिटेशन.
मेडिटेशन. आपका प्लान है क्या उधर जाने का?
हाँ है.
है क्या?
है.
ये क्या है लामा जी ये जो आपने लगाया हुआ है?
ये वाला.
हाँ.
It is a symbol of Drukpa lineage.
Oh, it's a symbol of the Drukpa. No, मैं नोटिस किया कि सिर्फ आपने पहना हुआ था, ज़्यादा लोगों को नहीं दिखा मुझे. आपको दिखा मेरे को ज़्यादा.
नहीं, किसी के पास है.
अच्छा, किसी के. अच्छा.
सिंबल है. और ये जो ओम मनी पे में हूँ लिखा है.
अच्छा ये मंत्र है. ओम मने पद में हम. अच्छा. तो आपको लामा जी बोल रहे हैं, तो लामा मतलब एक बार मोनेस्ट्री में आ गए तो लामा बन जाते हैं या लामा बनने का भी कुछ स्टेजेस होती हैं?
मतलब स्टेज होते हैं.
स्टेज होती है.
कई लोग तो यही मोनेस्ट्री में बैठ के भी लामा भी नहीं करते. मतलब यहाँ आके प्रेयर करते, मेडिटेशन करते.
अच्छा.
जो लामा बनने से जो लामा बनेगा तो गुरुजी से लेना पड़ता है. नाम देते हैं गुरुजी.
अच्छा, it's like taking sannyas essentially. So the His Holiness Galwan Drupka like blesses you, gives you a name.
Yeah, you need to offer your hair to them.
Oh, you need to offer your hair.
Yeah.
अच्छा.
So that's when you get a Buddhist name, like a proper name.
Then you get a name. Then you become a lama. Then you get a different name.
योहान भी ना कई बार बात कर चुके हैं मुझसे कि मुझे भी मोनेस्ट्री में कुछ साल बिताने हैं. ज़्यादा नहीं, 8-9 साल बस. लेकिन
You're welcome to stay at the Hemis Monastery.
At the Hemis Monastery.
Come here and stay for a few days.
There's no force.
There's no force. कि रहना ही है. अच्छा.
So you can go out, meet with your normal layman friends.
अच्छा.
So if you start studying like the whole Buddhist thing, you can also get a degree like a bachelor's degree in Buddhist and a master's and a PhD.
You do in Gelugpa because they are into philosophy.
Oh.
Here it's all about method. So you go for the meditation, the 3 years meditation.
Right.
That is like achieving a degree.
And you said your dad was in meditation. Your granddad.
My grandfather.
How long did he spend there?
He was in his retreat for 40 years of his life.
Whoa.
He died at 83. So 40 years of his life.
So half of his life.
Yeah, half of his life.
Half of his life he was in. So retreat में you're only meditating.
Only meditating. So you have some rituals to follow. Like every day you have to do 1,000 prostration.
1,000 prostration.
Yeah.
That must keep you physically also
fit.
And
fit. Then you need to do prayers. Every day you have certain prayers. So whole day you're occupied with that. So and there's someone dedicated for you to serve your food.
Right.
So younger monks.
Acha.
You don't have to cook your own food.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't. You don't have enough time to.
You're just meditating.
Just meditate and do a prostration.
Requires some insane level of discipline and willpower to be able.
But you know, I mean, now more and more there's more and more evidence that we basically don't know what our brains are capable of.
Sure.
These gentlemen must really be able to utilize more of their grey matter.
They can levitate. They can get superpowers and all.
Yeah, they have superpowers.
Really?
Which they are not allowed to show it to normal public.
Normal public.
From whatever we've seen today, I think the life a monk leads is focused on that pursuit. Our lives, specifically Meraj's and mine, are focused singularly on avoidance of existential dilemmas. There are books to read, places to see, and people to meet. And if that's alright with Socrates, our unexamined lives are entirely worth living.